Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklarbro Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
AKA Two Brothers, No Druthers.
aka Two Dudes, One Couch. There you go.
Two Dudes, One Couch, I think, was the original name of this. AKA One Sam and Couchy,
Two fans of Fauci. Yeah, we'll stand up for him in the face of the Jim Jordans of this world.
Damn Skippy.
Guys, hope you're doing well. Hope you are handling life okay. Hope you are getting vaccinated. Hope you're taking the right steps to get your kids vaccinated if they're over the age of 16. I can't wait till my oldest daughter turns 16. Get her vaxxed. Get all the people out there so we can move back to a life that has more normalcy to it.
It's within sights. It's within our sights.
I do think, and just stay vigilant on everything. Stay vigilant in terms of wearing your mask.
No need to let our guard down now. We're almost at the finish line. We can
I do believe we can do this. It's crazy we've been doing this podcast for a year. Is that nuts?
A year and 2 months. I can't believe it.
It's nuts, and we never thought we'd ever do a daily podcast, yet here we go. Happy to be doing this for you. Let's jump into a story. We have a short one today, but it is a lot of fun. Shall we jump into it?
So this is the story about a theft of an animal,
and we do not condone that at all
under any circumstances.
But when you find out what the animal is
and how the animal came to be, you start
to get increasingly more mad at the person who bred and raised it. Am I
raised
right?
The animal, yes, who created this damn animal.
Okay.
Yes, because it'll call into question the raising of animals by humans everywhere. Like, this is such an egregious sort of abuse of that relationship that we all start to question, like, should we ever own a pet? Like, should we ever?
But we don't need to play God and like have a Island of Dr. Moreau type animal
situation
group. Yeah, we just don't need
need to do it. And this story tells you all about why. Here we go. Okay. Police in England, this is in London, have found themselves with an unusual case on their hands after the world's largest rabbit
suddenly
disappeared from his home over the weekend. World's largest rabbit.
Why? Why do you need to do this?
No one needs to make giant rabbits.
If it's a mistake, then fine.
For what reason do you need to make a giant rabbit? To give children nightmares? Why?
To see if it can kick, like, I don't know, a raccoon's ass?
To see if it can kick a cat's ass?
Maybe.
No, I would actually watch that.
I would watch that,
I would like to see a
giant rabbit just back kicking a cat
right in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, why do you feel like
kick the aloof out of it?
Why do you feel like you need to control animals so much that you have to control how big they are?
Right. You can say, look at this gigantic one that I made.
Did someone take control away from you when you were small or make you feel small?
Did they?
I bet they did.
I bet they did.
Darius, a continental giant rabbit who holds the Guinness World Record for being the biggest rabbit in the world at 4 feet and 3 inches long.
4'3". That's bigger than most U.S. gymnasts.
It's taller than my daughter right now.
4'3".
Taller than my
when stretched out
7.5-year-old daughter. Vanished from his enclosure in Stolton, Worcestershire. The police have Worcestershire. The police have issued an urgent appeal for the return of the prize-winning bunny. Maybe Darius is, setting out on his own to get away from the monsters who turned him into this giant freak.
This is Frankenstein going out.
It is believed the continental giant rabbit was stolen from its enclosure.
How do you know it was stolen? Maybe someone didn't lock the door.
In the garden of the property of its owners overnight on Saturday, April 10th, 11th. This is fresh news, guys.
This is fresh out the garden, gang.
The West Mercia police in Western England said in a statement. Oh, good. We've got the police involved.
Well, I'm sure the police don't have to deal with anything else going on right now.
Am I wrong, Rand? Was this not the plot of a Wallace and Gromit?
Yes, the case of the were-rabbit. The were-rabbit was like a werewolf rabbit, this gigantic, scary This is Wallace and Gromit stuff coming to life. Yeah.
So if we're going to do this, then we also have to do the wrong trousers.
They're the wrong trousers, Gromit, and they've gone wrong.
What did you do? My favorite, a very telling moment in that Wallace and Gromit is that he turns to Wallace and he turns to Gromit and he says, "What did you do?" He assumes that he...
Blame the dog. You can't have that relationship with your dog.
The rabbit is quite unique, and the fact that it is 4 feet in size and has been awarded a Guinness record for being the biggest rabbit in the world.
Let me ask you this, and I really do want to ask you this, Jay. Does the rabbit know? I mean, does a rabbit Does he understand that he won the Guinness? Does Darius know that he's the Guinness Book of World Records?
There's no way the rabbit knows that
largest rabbit in the world. He doesn't care.
All he knows is that he eats carrot cakes, not carrots.
Right?
That's probably where he's at.
Right. He can't. One baby carrot is not going to do it for this guy.
Annette Edwards, Darius's owner, issued a plea on social media offering up a 1,000 pound, which is
about $1,375
for anyone who can help return the giant leporine.
Leporine.
I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I think it's
giant rabbit.
Giant rabbit. You got greedy, Annette.
You got satisfied
with a regular rabbit.
With your own little rabbit.
You needed a 4-foot, 3-inch
By the
rabbit.
way, a rabbit is, I'm going to say this, a rabbit is an interesting pet in its own right.
Yes. There aren't that many people. We know people who have a rabbit.
But you had to play God, Annette. you had to do your little Dr. Moreau, Island of Dr. Moreau impersonation. And now he's gone.
He's out of there.
He is gone.
Was it worth it, Annette?
We're going to take a break. When we come back on the other side, we'll find out if it actually was worth it.
Was it worth it, Jay?
I don't know.
I don't know if it was worth it or not. We'll come right back after this. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We should remind you, as we do every day that we do this show, hey, we got a live Dumb People Town coming up on May 22nd. It is going to be amazing. The Doughboys. If you don't know their podcast,
it's so good.
They review in the most hilarious way chain restaurants, fast food. So we thought we'd take a fast food challenge that the chicken sandwich challenge, which we've talked about on stereo on Dumb People Town. We're going to get back up on stereo, okay?
Yes,
so follow us on stereo if you can. But we thought we'd do the chicken sandwich challenge, and we're going to get a Popeyes chicken sandwich, a Chick-fil-A, and a Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're going to cut them up, and we're going to decide what we think is best.
And then I may be a McDonald's. We'll see.
And then I may just throw up over all of everything. But Chris Thiele from Nickel Creek is going to be there. It is going to be insane. You do not want to miss it. I can't wait for it. That's May 22nd. Go to danielvankirk.com, get your tickets there, or nowherecomedyclub.com. Look up Live Dumb People Town and get yo ticks.
Okay, so when we left, there is a 4-foot, 3-inch long rabbit.
A 4-foot, 3-inch long rabbit.
Rabbits should not be 4 feet, 3 inches long.
No.
Someone grew a giant rabbit, and then it got quote unquote stolen. We don't know if it did in England.
Maybe it left.
Feels like the plot line from a Wallace and Gromit movie, but here we are. Quote, a very sad day. Guinness World Record.
That's the name of the Wallace and Gromit movie. A very sad day.
Guinness World Record Darius has been stolen from his home. The police are doing their best to find out who has taken him. There's a reward of 1,000 pounds.
I mean, if you're a police officer and you got to work on this thing, what did you do today, honey? I looked for a 4-foot rabbit.
Darius is too old to breed now, so please bring him back.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Oh, that they can't make another one?
Also,
you can't make another freak?
Also, Darius is such a weird name for a rabbit.
It is such a weird name for the I feel like
he needs a last name.
Right. It's weird on its own, but if she calls him like Darius Longbottom.
Yeah, Darius Stonybrook.
Darius Stonybrook is my lost 4-foot long rabbit. Where is he?
Darius Rucker. If you called him Darius Rucker.
Do you think Darius Rucker of Hootie and the Blowfish, do you think he would be honored or offended by that?
I think he'd be honored by that.
Yeah.
The largest rabbit in the world was named after him?
I think he would be more offended if you called him Hootie Rucker.
I want to love you the best that I can.
Darius Stratfordshire. I think that feels like
Darius Stratfordshire.
All of these names
third.
would have worked, but the fact that you just named him Darius.
It's like you went all the way with a 4-foot, 3-inch rabbit, but not all the way with a name.
So he held the record for being the largest rabbit in the world for over 11 years after the Guinness Book of World Records gave him the title on April 6th, 2010. I'll never forget that date when he was given that title.
It's so big, it shouldn't be that hard to find. Am I right?
Just wait for the thief to start posting photos of it on social media, right?
That's right. How long do rabbits live, by the way? Do you know? 10 years? 8
Eddie,
years?
Eddie Rabbit lived a long time.
I think he's still living.
I mean, did she have a full life with this thing? I mean, if it won the record, it was full size in 2010.
Then it won the record.
So she's had it for 11 years.
That's a long time. He's a record holder for 11 years.
She said he's too old to breed, so she's had this rabbit for a really long time.
He went on. He hopped on to greener pastures.
Maybe she should try to, create a genetically giant mouse now.
That's your next thing. Make a really big gerbil.
Also, let me posit this. Maybe animals should be the size that they're meant to be.
Okay, this could be a sign from the universe. Just stop. And again, If this animal was stolen, shame on the people who stole it. This
It's
woman,
not fair, but this woman, we don't need a 19-inch giraffe.
You don't need a 65-pound ferret.
We don't need a Shetland monkey.
Okay.
Okay. We don't need that stuff.
Because you're going to make them
and then someone that either the thing's going to try to kill you or someone's going to steal it and take it away and you're going to be miserable.
That's right. It can't end positively if you've got this thing.
I'm going to say this is my greatest fear of what could potentially happen. And I hope this doesn't happen.
I hope not either.
All these freakishly bizarre animals.
Like bizarrely sized, like a giraffe that's this big.
And a giant ferret and a giant mouse and a giant rabbit. They're going to find their way to some island.
Yep.
Okay. They will name a leader.
Probably a tiny cow.
Probably a tiny cow or a giant guinea pig.
We don't know. One of the two.
And then they're going to start mounting an attack.
The animals are going to fight back.
And it will be an attack that is so violent
Yep.
and so heinous
my
against
God.
humanity that we will never forget it.
And millions of people will perish because a few a-holes wanted to see if they could make a chinchilla bigger than a potbelly pig.
Hope you're happy about that. Because now you've created an insurrection of animals.
It goes back to a common theme that we talk about on this podcast all the time.
When people think they're above the rules.
The rules of law, the rules of nature.
Then you got problems. When you're like, I'm bigger than nature. I'm better than, I know how the world works better than the world knows how the world works.
Let the world work the way the world works.
And you're going to create problems. You want us to all get attacked by giant ferrets? Go ahead. Do what you're going to do. There are consequences to thinking you are bigger than the game.
There you go. That is the show, guys. Stay connected, stay protected. Don't get infected.
This is not a hoax, but we got the jokes.
We got the jokes. We got the giant jokes, big enough for a 4'3" rabbit. We love you guys. Stay vaccinated, gets vaccinated, wear masks, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da.